Alrighty, folks. Welcome to another session of our Out of the Abyss. I am your Dungeon Master, Dungeon Mister, joined by our not so random players this evening.
Hey guys, what's up, internet?
We are still unfortunately down our Drow Wizardess, but the story goes on. But before the story goes on, let's talk a little bit about what happened last time. Before we get into what's going to happen this time. Last time, you were finally up top. The two drow who had never been up top stayed behind in the shadows to hopefully get used to the light above, while the rest of you forged a path ahead, noticing a town over the tree line. You headed that way, a small halfling village, abandoned for some time, overgrown with weeds and roughage by the road. Fungi had a strange feeling about this place that he couldn't shake. You all spent some time searching about, not unused to rummaging through empty places and liminal spaces. You found a map which had your location on it, still unsure where Gauntlgrim was from here, but you were close to a place called Mirabar, a place some of you knew to be predominantly dwarven, so a good place to start. However, Fungi kept having odd sensations and near memories as you searched this place. As you were about to leave during the afternoon, to head to Mirabar, something called Fungi back. Chasing down this feeling eventually led to a small graveyard, presumably where all the bodies in town were now. Taking some time here, Fungi even found his own grave, empty with a few mushrooms growing on it. Just a reminder of him to the town where he had disappeared all those years ago. Setting some camp for the night at the rest stop at the edge of town, could see the haunting memory of this place fade into the dark. As the moon rose over the scene, you started to fade into your slumbers each. Fungi would not have this night, at least not yet. Neither would the rest of you. Fungi, under the control of some entity, attacked Weller. As undead halfling forms crept from the shadows, shot spectral arrows at the camp, you all awoke, freed Fungi's mind from his captor, and started to defend yourselves. Outnumbered by these halfling revenants, Dusk felt a pull from the Dawnblade. She wanted to help free their souls, but not by destroying them, by purifying. As the battle raged on, you guys were desperate to get away, badly wounded. Dusk made a bold, last-ditch effort to make dawn shine brighter than ever before. As if the sun itself were trapped within the blade, a burst of light shot forth, freeing the souls of the dead from their bodies. Even one of them, the main one, apologizing for their actions. Now, with long decrepit bodies scattered about the space, you are all badly wounded. That is where we're going to almost pick up. We're going to flash sideways. Backways. As Zach, Yezebo is having a hard time accommodating herself and getting used to this surface. Curious for sure. But the sun seemed to have left her badly sunburned, and she wanted to keep to the shadows a little bit more. Yourself kind of exuding shadows in your own way. Have ways to deal with it. She tasked you with heading forward to catch up with the others, make sure to leave markers so that she could follow, and she would do in her own time. As you're traveling along, following the tracks in the late afternoon, evening, you would see mostly forested areas, mountains to the north, hills rolling, covered with spatterings of trees and rocks jutting out. There's a small, looks like abandoned village nearby, up on a hill near a road. Standing by a oddly shaped tree, you do see... I lost him. You would see a fanciful-looking individual with kind of like classic poofy barred ruffles of yellow and blue, red kind of cross-hatched arm, like cloth leathers.
Okay.
And a kind of floppy blue hat. Looks to be standing at this tree looking about. The first person you've seen up here. Seems to be
How far away are they?
You would come upon him maybe like 30, 40 feet away, so not too far. You could almost hear him muttering to himself.
Can I listen to what he's saying? Do I understand it?
Yeah. Give me a perception check to try and hear what he's saying. With a 24. Yeah, you can hear him pretty well. I'm going to bring you guys back to this map because it's still nearly daytime as I make it all red. I forgot it was red. Let's change that to be nothing. Can I do that? I don't know why it's red for y'all. That's crazy. Scratch that. Going back to this map just because it's not red. I don't know why it was red. But yeah, you would hear him talking, oh, very interesting. So, you say, when did this happen? That makes sense. And how big of a dragon was it? Oh yes. White, green scaled, and... Did you say it breathed fire?
I'm sneaking up behind him.
From the skies. Give me a stealth check.
Listening. Is it bright light? I don't know if I have disadvantage.
It would be...
Just normal?
Just normal.
So 26.
With the 26, yeah, you sneak up on him, kind of behind him. He seems unawares that you're there. And he's not actually talking to himself. It looks like he's looking down at what looks to be a squirrel. Some sort of rodent. Well, that is a good interview. And who should I talk to next? We will finish this interview later. Yes! Oh.
My hood's up and everything, like, trying to avoid the sun, just like...
I see. And are you here to suck my blood?
Oh, sorry, mate. No, it's bright light. Haven't got used to it. Got to keep cover over my eyes.
Oh, I see what you are. You're one of those dark elves. Am I wrong about that?
That is correct.
Come here on one of your raids?
No, mate.
Oh. Opens the book, starts writing. Not all
right. Which way to
murderers. Gauntle Grim.
Yes.
Big plans for that, do you have?
I suppose so.
Oh, do tell. And where did you come from? The dark of the wood or the dark of the earth?
Dark of the earth would be right. So,
the earth? Okay.
Like I was saying, which way to Gauntlgrim?
You to Gauntlgrim. Lovely idea.
Right.
Not all drow are aware of their situation. I see.
Right. And what's my situation, mate?
That you are indeed going to be unwelcome in most civilizations up here, unless you have the right arm and ears and voice at your side.
Oh, you mean you? Yeah, you can. You should tag along. It's
Oh,
going to be a great story, I promise. But you'll have to see it unfold. I can't tell you everything.
well, you would have to give me a little snippet if we are
Uh,
to
let's
continue as such.
let's just say we have a meeting with King Bruner.
I've met him. I know him quite well.
Yes.
We were
To
once friends, and I would like to say we still are.
Well, good. Then you should come with us, mate.
Us.
Yeah,
Do you
somewhere
have
around here.
delusions of grandeur that you are in a party full of multiple drow, or just, are they
No, mate.
real?
They're real. They're
Dozens of
escaped slave.
drow
No,
have
these are escaped
hiding
slaves from
in
the
the
Underdark.
shadows, ready to
Right.
strike at a moment's notice. Fabulous.
Right.
A
No.
meeting with Bruno, you said.
Yes.
Go on, I can't just go on that.
Oh, of course not. Anyways, we're going there. We need help dealing with what's going on in the Underdark. See, somehow a bunch of demon princes have arrived in the Underdark and have just
Kings of
started,
Demonhood. Got you?
have showed up in the Underdark and are fucking shit up. I think that about sums it up.
Causing a multitude of problems that could be world ending. Absolutely. What sort of demons were these? The ones that were all horned and bloodthirsty?
No,
Great giants, most probably, yes.
the one that destroyed part of Menza Berenzin was.
Enzo Berenzin. I have heard of the city, not been myself, but I am sure its dark denizens of Menzo Berenzin, as he's writing all of this down as he's saying it, will be under siege. Evil fights evil in the ultimate battle. Well, I can't wait to see how that one unfolds, but I think we all know the ending there.
A bunch of evil dies.
Right you are. And you would be on the side of this Menzo Berenzin, was it?
No, mate.
Oh? And whose side would you be on?
Breaking the Earth, the winning side.
Breaking the earth. Oh, what a magnificent sound. He starts writing that down. Breaking the earth is this some sort of, band you put together?
I didn't put it together, mate. You have to talk to my boss, though. Well, she'll catch up with us.
Well, you are not the leader.
No.
As suspected, Drow are indeed a matriarchal society. This goes without saying. Well, I suppose introductions should be in order if I am to accompany you and help you get to Gauntlgrim indeed, as I do have some business there myself. Well, not to Gauntlgrim, but nearby. Miriabor, I can set you on the right path at least. Takes a deep bow. I am Volothamp Garam at your service. I'm sure you've heard of me. At least read a book or two.
No, mate. I'm from down under, and my name's Zachendrin.
He flips open the book. They do not have books in the dark of the unders.
No, they do. My boss has a lot of books.
Only the women can read. Terrible, terrible fate of events that has befallen your kind. I do not hold the same racism that several others would have, and more intrigue. Is it true that you mate with spiders?
No, mate.
Does the female drow bite off the head of the male after mating?
I'm sure some of them have.
Indeed. Well, this is a good start. Take me to your leader, and I will
Right, mate.
interview them promptly.
Did I see the bright flash?
Not yet.
Oh, okay. Uh, right this way, and I'll take him back up around the hill.
You take him back to see Yezbo, who said to just leave her be in the shadows?
No. I'm gonna go take it up. I mean, I'm not the leader of the party, so I'm
That's
gonna take
fair.
it up to the rest of the party.
That's fair. As night befalls over this hill, as you climb upward, Volo would be asking you tons of questions about your heritage and what tunnels you traveled and ask about the demons in detail, getting about a third of it accurate in his writings.
That's pretty good.
But he will accompany you as you're starting to wander through this darkened, decrepit, smaller town among the hills. Start to hear whispers emanate from the shadows. And then, without warning, a massive pulse of light will shoot across the sky on the other side of town that you are heading towards.
Right, mate, this way. That's probably them.
There's another second sun. A third one! Glorious. There must be a gold dragon at the center of it, like an egg hatched from the sky.
Right. Probably this way. I'll take my hood down so that way the party recognizes me.
Fair enough. And I'll say you would probably, I would imagine, you guys would be, some of you, after a short respite, would be probably gathering the bodies. Would I be wrong in that? At least a couple of you?
Mm-hmm.
Put them back in the holes.
Returning the bodies from whence they were. Yeah, you would see about a dozen bodies, old and decrepit, being carried by your comrades. Zach is, Volo is kind of still wandering around. Like, even though it's dark, he's still somehow able to see perfectly fine and like write down everything he's seeing and narrating about a third of it.
Right.
Do
hey,
look
mates.
out, there are, looks like, tiger in clothes and a large mushroom.
Right.
They're going to eat those bodies alive.
No,
or dead.
No, mate. Those are my party. That I travel with through the Underdark to here.
Oh.
Right.
Yes, I could be mistaken. Yeah, but I'm not. Yes. Tiger folk do indeed eat long dead carcasses and grow mushroom men from them.
Right, mates. This guy's going to want to talk to you a lot, but he does know Bruner, so he can at least get us to Gauntlgrim. I found him on the road.
I do beg your pardon, but which of you is the matriarch of this drow party breaking the earth?
She's not here, mate.
Dusk Seers will twitch.
Right.
Well,
this is Volo.
fun guy.
Kidimthorpe. That's a hard.
Oh, yes, I do apologize. I am Volothamp Gedarm, troubadour extraordinaire and storyteller like no other. Miss Shirley, you've read some of my books, as he looks you over. Not from here. And he kind of catches an eye with Casmus. Eh? Yes, moon elves. Ever popular amongst them?
Cosmos would just flick his tail, basically showing that he's not a moon elf.
Some elves have tails. And I bet you have one to tell as well.
I'm not an elf.
No, but your ears would deceive your speech.
I just don't have the usual horns of my people.
Ah, some elves are indeed devils in disguise.
Oh, for God's sakes.
Zach, did this guy hit his head on your way to find us?
Yeah, you think he's an idiot.
No, he knows a lot.
Why, I know
He
everything
does.
and everyone you've probably ever never even heard of.
Remains to be seen.
Ah. That just proves that you have eyes. Some drow do indeed see with their eyes.
Well, I guess he's got me there.
Well,
Might I say, what a fabulous mustache you have. I did not know it would come in such hues. How did you dye it? Did you dip it in gold yourself?
I killed a man.
Killed a man, shaved his mustache, and glued it on? What a heroic feat that must have been. I bet he was screaming the entire time when you ransacked the town.
Not the entire time, just most of it.
Most of the time. Intense screaming as he ripped every hair of gold from his mustached friend. He was your friend, of course, I am assuming.
Oh, yeah.
Murdered his best friend just for gold and mustache. A tragic ending indeed. This will work out perfectly.
Yeah, it's weird. I met him while I was walking down a road. And we became quick friends. And that's how it ended.
You don't say.
Zach. And by
Wait,
the
wait.
way, complete annoyed cat face.
Yeah.
Just up the hill, you will find a encampment. Maybe you and your friend could go reignite the fire. We need to rest. It's been a trying night. But we have important things to attend to first.
Right, mate. What are you doing with all the bodies?
We're
Put them to
reinterring
rest.
them.
Are you gonna bless it? The
It has
ground?
already been done.
Oh, good. All right. I'll go get
And
firewood.
so Dusk, I'm going to try this. Dusk is going to ask Dawn
Mhm.
to mentally send to Zach and ask him to blink 3 times if he is in trouble.
I can only talk to him if he holds me.
Oh well. It was a thought.
Just
Anyway.
a risk we'll have to take.
Yeah, exactly. Dusk will just keep doing what he's doing.
Yes, my knickers are indeed tired from doing all this walking through this decrepit town. Shame what happened to them.
Wait, you know what happened over here?
Why, yes, little fungus person, I have indeed heard the tale of the fall of Hillap. I wrote at least a chapter on it in my previous novel. Did you not read it? I should send you a copy. No charge, of course. Unless you, of course, you want it, you do want a signature, right?
Sure. What happened?
Mushroom people talk and are indeed curious, as they are small. Oh, a terrible plague sped through the town. It happened so quick, no one even noticed. Apparently some cave erupted and spewed gas all over it. I believe there was, indeed a shadow dragon was involved that spewed this gas.
When did this happen?
Oh, about 120 years ago. 125, if we are being accurate. Which I, of course, always am 100% accurate with these things. Those who could escape did. Those who could not died. Eventually, the settlers who left came back and buried their dead at a nearby hill and, well, left the place abandoned after it being cursed and all. Some
Cursed?
say, yes, cursed indeed. Some would say on a night, much like a night like this, that the spirits would arise and would forsaken anyone's life who would dare enter or walk through the town itself. It's just ghost stories, though, of course.
Oh no,
No, we can vouch for that one.
Yeah, we took care of that one. That's all better. But well, there was a dragon that.
Yes, a
Wait, what happened to
dragon
the
made
dragon?
entirely of shadowy wisps and smoke, and it spewed its smoke all throughout the town. And, well, those were left intoxicated by its fumes and could not flee.
Right, see, guy knows things.
You sure about that?
I am a font of information. You should use me if you are able. But you must be proficient. Yes, little fungus man. Little man made of mushroom with a red cap. Would seem to be of the poisonous variety. I believe it is... yes. Quite toxic to the touch. Starts smelling around fungi. Quite a
Guys,
pleasant,
am I talking?
sweet aroma with a hint of decay.
Yeah, I'm dead.
Oh, I know we all wish we were dead at some point, but we must keep on going.
Okay. So you're gonna just show us the way we need to go, right?
You are all hoping to go to see the King Brunner Battlehammer for this breaking of the earth.
Yeah, you're gonna show us the way, right?
Ho ho! I will more than show you the way. I will take you to someone who's probably already going that direction. You see myself, I am on my way to Mirabar, nearby settlement with mining of its own. Not quite the ruin that Gauntlegrim is, but I have contacts there. Of course, you wouldn't get in the city without... some of you might be, the elf would be allowed. The others, of course, would be thrown into the rivers and forced to go upstream.
Make sure that everyone gets in. We could probably convince them.
If you could get past 2,000 axes, I'm sure that you... He kind of like does a double take. Elves with tails are cockier than expected. Yes. But no, of course, with friends such as me, of course you will tell me your tale along the way, and we will swap stories, so to speak. I could gain you entrance to Mirabar for the mere fee of, well, a story. From each of you, ideally.
So this is going to be a thing. You're going to be with us until we get there.
Oh, only to Mirabar. It is about a day's travel away, so we shan't be together too long, unfortunately, although you are perhaps the most interesting individuals I have seen along this trail.
Right. Why don't we just go there tonight?
Um,
We're pretty fucked up, buddy.
As they
Yeah.
look pretty fucked up.
You kind of took your sweet time. And by the way, where's Yezebo? Did you just leave her?
Yeah, I don't argue with boss. She told me to catch up with you.
Drow tend
Yeah.
to wear bows, but only when asked. Yes to the bow.
Weller's gonna like put his arm around Zach and kind of like walk him away a little bit out of earshot of Volo. Listen,
Okay.
listen, Zach. We really gotta have a talk about just picking up strays while we're up here, bud. It's things are friendlier up here, but not necessarily always to our kind. So maybe we're a little discerning about who we, travel with and invite to the party. How much did you tell them?
About what's going on in the Underdark and where we're going.
Okay.
He was more curious about the matriarchal society and mating habits.
Oh, you got deep into it. Okay.
He asked a
All
lot
right.
of questions.
You don't always have to answer questions. You can play your hand kind of close to your chest.
Right, but I need to find out about the surface, and this is the first person from the surface I've met other than you all. And
Okay.
only that one's from the surface, and he doesn't talk a lot.
That's fair. Maybe just as a trial run, if you have questions about the surface, run them by me, and we'll go from there. Just be careful about what you say up here about where we came from and everything.
Right.
I would say
We're-
Casmus has 100% heard of this guy. Dust can give me a history check.
Oh, please roll high. Please be
Yeah.
like former roommates with this guy.
he was forced to read books in the the abbot forced
I
him to
heard
read books. But
anything
he didn't
that
really
was, like-
like it.
Particular, or just I've heard the name Volo?
You've heard that he is one of the greatest historians and recorders of the time.
This is like an actual D&D guy, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
I've heard the
Yeah.
name before. Okay.
yeah, Volo Temp. Yeah,
He's penned many a books and has traveled the realms insatiably.
he might be a little bit of an idiot at times, but still.
I would say the
Yeah, kinda
rumors
back-
about him wouldn't say he's an idiot by any means.
No, but yeah, the amount of stuff that he stupidly says just now.
He's just embellishing.
He does embellish things.
I'll just kind of pat Zach on the back and walk away.
You said something about a camp, as I said, these legs don't walk forever. If only they could.
Right. I'll go start a fire.
Yeah, you would get to come up to like what the map you would see now here. This is the map. There was a fire at one point. You start to build it once more.
Careful, there's an NPC hiding in the bushes.
I don't have a token for him. But he's around.
No, I was talking about this guy that's hanging out down there to the south.
Oh shit, yeah, he is there. Look at them.
Oh no, they're back.
Roll for initiative.
Yep.
One
It's just
Good luck,
fun.
Zach.
of them wasn't hit by a.
Mm-hmm. Just out of range.
Yeah.
And now it's really mad.
Dusk will quickly but respectfully continue with their task at hand.
Fair enough. It won't take but like maybe an hour or two as the graves have been unearthed recently. But it's easy enough to put them back in and put the dirt right back on top of them. Respectfully.
Yeah, I won't kitty kick it.
This place, you blessed it, right?
I'm gonna do an
John
improvised
Blessed.
mass gentle repose, just like all of you.
Oh, I
Yeah.
think they've been released.
Yeah, as you cast Gentle Repose over essentially the area and the bodies nearby, you would start to see the grass kind of thicken, vines tangle tighter to the sticks that have been placed for markers on the graves. A little twinkle in the sky from the stars above. But
Right.
yeah,
I can take extra watches at night.
Volo will lay out a fanciful bedroll and make himself right at home real freaking quick. As he like leans over, like kind of laying on his stomach, writes into his book as he makes himself comfy in his knapsack. But anything else you'd like to do for the evening before you actually bed down, taking your watches as before?
No, Dusk will get
Okay.
back in his tree.
Yeah. It's probably already cast Mr. Watch. Or has it not been like?
You'd have to resume the whole thing. You were like an hour into the rest
Yeah.
cycle. But yeah, easily enough taking watches for the evening. A serene peacefulness washing over the town, the abandoned village. As
During my watch, though, I
Yeah.
want to mark a tree here.
Absolutely. Absolutely marking a tree. As dusk, I believe you were set to get up early, I believe. Under the tree that you're in, unbeknownst to you, you would see no sign of Volo. His knapsack is still there. But you don't see Volo. But you do see, underneath your tree, as everyone does get a long rest on, whatever you need to do there. Underneath the tree, you would see a tall, maybe 6.5 feet tall, slender, dark figure in the shadows. Looks like he's looking on towards the camp. Right under the tree that you're sleeping in.
Bolo is nowhere to be seen, but the others are laying around the fire or whatever.
Yeah.
Dusk, still stretched out on the limb, is going to calmly say, "Do you find something interesting over there?"
Kind of glance up at you. And you can see his long, bone white horns, pointed ears. I'd say something rather disappointing, I would say.
Well, disappointment is a complicated subject.
Indeed it is. Let's out a big sigh.
There could be many things that are disappointing.
And a great many things indeed are.
Hmm.
You can see a little flicker of red in his eyes. Pale skin and kind of like a white beard. Almost like a goatee with kind of the chin attached. Almost goes up to a mustache, but like is clean shaven above the lip. Looks like maybe a 6-fingered hand in both hand. One of them is leaning on a cane. Large, dark cloak. Like kind of the, what is that? The thing in the back, the cowl?
Cow.
Yeah, the cowl.
Tall cowled cloak embroidered with gold.
Dusk is going to smirk a little and say, but I would imagine fathers are sometimes disappointed in their sons.
If only by blood. Lucky even as that.
Well,
Tell me. You're with him.
I travel with him, and for now we share a purpose.
What purpose might that be?
Ah, but you see, that would be telling.
Well, it doesn't hurt to ask.
That's fair.
And what took you all so long to get up here?
Oh, this and that. Dwarves, gnomes, drow. Complications.
It's even more disappointing than I anticipated.
Imagine if you had been the one yourself delayed. Imagine how disappointing that would feel.
Trust me, I know all about being delayed. As this has delayed me. See, I can do that art for him.
Ah, I called it.
Oh, no, yes.
I called it.
It's your dad.
That's a cool picture.
That
It
is a cool
really
picture.
is.
It looks
It
badass.
It looks a lot like Casmus.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, it might be not your nature, but perhaps aiding him more directly would move things along.
perhaps I would if I could have. I only just sensed his magic this morning. In the dark of night, I made my way here, and here I am. There is a disconnect.
Well, I suppose I can tell you that there is a lot of demonic activity in the Underdark currently.
And yet it hasn't been handled yet, has it?
It hasn't.
Again, disappointment
Hmm.
exudes around that child.
He may yet surprise you.
I wouldn't be surprised if I were to be surprised. Do tell. I would say at this point, people are starting to wake up a little bit. And you would see Dusk still hanging out in the tree, kind of looking down at him. And he's just kind of... He would be looking towards the camp, an occasional glance up towards Dusk.
Well, now's your chance to express your disappointment.
Oh, believe me, he surely knows all about it.
I'll
Casmus would
start.
just see him from the corner of his eyes and just let out a loud sigh.
right, there's some sort of devil in our camp.
Yeah,
Casmus, he kind of looks like you.
yeah.
Not saying you all look alike. Don't take that the wrong way. Just like he
That's-
literally looks like you.
May or may not be my father.
Like you're being coy, or like we need to do a paternity test.
No, my actual father.
Oh,
He's
Is that like a 4th level spell, paternity test?
Hmm.
Yeah.
I don't want to know what the
No,
components are.
he's indeed a devil.
you have to roll for child support.
Oh,
Nat 1 every time. Even when you roll a nat 20, it's still a nat 1.
oh.
He steps out of the shade as you're all rolling awake.
As I step into the shade, if I'm not already in it.
It is that's maybe a little bit of a cloudy morning. There's not much shade to be had. Aside
Right,
from the
pull my
it's like the
cloak.
tree that you probably don't want to use your you don't have one of those, do you?
No,
No,
we
it's
put
just
his.
that-
That's fair.
Yeah, no, I have a hood to keep my.
Casmus, it has been entirely too long.
Yeah, last time you sent me down there without much knowledge from me what to do, it was the smartest things you've ever done.
I sent you down there to deal with one demon. Couldn't even handle that. Now there are more. I wasn't able to sense you. Wasn't able to reach out. I had taken you for dead. Till I felt you this morning.
I never found a demon, and I don't understand how, but somehow the drow managed to capture me, and I still don't understand.
Of course you would be captured by drow. Makes perfect sense. So you failed at the task, got yourself captured, and what? Spent the last 3 months...
We gathered a lot of information on those demons down there, and we can't take them by ourselves. They're all demon princes. You wouldn't even be able to hold your ground.
Do not tell
With
me
one of
what I
those
can
princes.
and cannot do, child. You're insolent since the day you were born.
I guess I'm taking that from you.
You will take what I give you. No more. Now, what is this about the demon princes? How many?
You guys been looking at the group. We saw Demogorgon out of the lake. We saw what did we see?
Inhale sharply at that.
A summoning of something. And I think there was the late something decay in the grove. Those are the three that we know of. And another one in Billingdonstone that controlled oozes that we heard of. So there's
And
four.
Zach said one attacked Menzo,
That would be Jubilex.
but I'm not getting involved in family matters.
Jubilex.
And
can
yeah,
be-
we've heard
Easy.
One
I
Menzo, but we don't know
suppose.
who it is. Well, we don't know if we took
You heard
care
it.
of
You
him.
heard it was Demogorgon in Menzo.
Okay, so there's 4. And if it's Jubilex, we took care of one of his pawns, we could say.
How would so many be here? This is most concerning in the war. Are they attempting to gain a foothold in the material realm? Do you know what has caused them to come forth?
We're not entirely sure, but there's a lot of weird magical things happening down there. And we've
Yes,
seen
the
some
Farazess is quite indeed tangled web, or some would like it that way.
and we've seen the some groups trying to summon them.
Yes.
Don't forget the wedding.
In the grove, they were saying that there's going to be a wedding
A
of some
wedding.
sort.
Be curious to see one of them get married. They don't
It's all-
have the sensibilities.
It's looking. They were the Myconians were calling it a wedding, but I doubt it was exactly that.
It was the great cedar and the great body. We're supposed to get
Yeah.
married. Again, don't want to be involved in family matters.
By all means, if you can illuminate more, I would welcome it. I am sure Casmus has had to find more formidable allies, since he cannot muster for himself. I take it that would be you all.
Yeah, I don't know. We
Strength in
were
number.
actually just talking last night that Casimus was the leader of our group, so
So he has tricked you all into serving him.
We could say that.
Dusk chokes.
And he'll quickly say, "Sorry, hairball."
If that were true, then you might have finally been of some use, Casmus. The deal still stands. I need you to kill. Well, of course, it would extend to each of them. Or at least send them back from whence they came. Find out who is summoning it.
All right. Find who summons them and kill them. All of them. Sounds easy
Do
enough.
not need to kill the summoner. Just find out who and why. Who knows what's in store
Okay.
for them?
And for the summoner, how about I send him to the Nine Hells for you and the others to deal with.
Of course. As there must be some link to the material for a demon prince to enter into it. A summoning. Calling. Where are you off to now? Why are you up here, since you have failed?
We need an army to defend
An
the cities down
army.
there.
Defend the cities down there. That is quite an interesting proposition.
We're heading to Murbar.
Sometimes you don't need an army. One well-placed blade. Mirabar. What lies there?
Gaspo switched to Infernal passage to possibly a place where our drow friend, as he points to Zach, needs to send a message to. It was Grundle something.
Message. You don't need to be rude to your servants, Casimus. I'm sure they don't speak in the proper tongue. But I see that you have at least gotten part of my gift. It was the least I could do, as he kind of looks towards your book.
I appreciate it. It really did help.
And who is it you are seeking in this? Did you say Gauntlgrim?
Gaspo's just look at Zach and say, "Who exactly we were supposed to meet down there?" I'm looking to Caver told us exactly who.
Right, for meeting Bruner. You know, from the stories.
Can't say I've heard of him.
Oh. I don't know. We have stories of him killing hundreds of drow.
Weller just cuts his eyes and looks at Zach. And we're going to meet him?
Right. The letter's got it covered. Don't worry, mate.
Don't worry, he says.
You certainly have picked him, Casmus. A tabaxi, 2 drow, and an intelligent zombie covered in fungus.
He called me smart.
It sounds like a bad joke when you put it that way, but
Well,
we've been pretty capable so far.
I would have been out of there if it wasn't for all of them. So, guess I did pick good.
Well, as he just kind of strokes his chin. Keep me apprised before you go down again. Perhaps you will get this army that you apparently need.
All right. Well, I'll make sure to send a message to the Nine Hells when we go back down there.
Send it to me.
I mean, you're
Before.
the only one. You're the only one I've got contact with the Nine Hells. So who else would I send it to down there?
Don't know who. Just making sure we don't get any extra parties involved in this. As it
To be noted.
might get tricky. Especially if you involve the dwarfs. I don't care about the Underdark. Don't even care about your surface. But it does have its purpose, and it does have... Well, it's Grandor's. Lives will of course be lost. But they should be lost for the right reasons. Not for savagery that the demons would bring forth, but for purpose. reason.
We should make our way to Merit Bar. Should be about a day trip. I wouldn't want to hold you much longer. You probably have a lot of things to do yourself.
I do, but I do have
Right.
a particular interest in this, so it is important.
Oh, Casmus, I think he's saying he cares about you.
I'm saying I care about the task he has been set with. If he fails, inevitably, I will have to send someone else.
Casmus, your nickname isn't Task by chance, is it?
No.
I don't mean to intrude in a family discussion, but would it be a particular concern that you are not able to contact him, no matter where he is?
I cannot contact him because of the Farazes has become too strong.
Which could be part of this.
The demonic influence upon it has altered it, changed the radiation to be something of a hampering device. Not one that I enjoy, but one that I, well, endure. What is your point?
None really, other than it seems that that would be concerning, if I'm reading your relationship correctly.
It is concerning that the Farazes has grown in such a way, yes. Perhaps. If there was some sort of device to speak to.
Well, I tried communicating with through the book, but didn't
Oh
work.
no, that won't do. That's just a repertoire. No, something more powerful. Need something of the earth down there. Help bypass the Farazes. You didn't bring any souvenirs, did you?
Gasmus would unhook the stone crystal from his bag. I
Is
mean,
Dusk
there's-
picking up any sort of vibe from Dawn?
She hates this.
Yeah, I'm sure she would.
She hates this so much.
Yeah,
But she's being quiet.
there's
yeah. I'll let her know I share the hatred of the situation.
Mm-hmm.
there's this crystal that was given to us by stone giants.
He almost smiles. I could do something with that. Yes, that might be a perfect conduit. Indeed. Let me see it.
He hands it to him.
Takes one of his fingernails. You see it start to glow with this deep red. And imbues it in Almost his fingernail dips through the crystal, leaving a long thread through it as his finger exits. You could hear a little shimmering. That should do. Yes. And he'll hand the crystal back.
Back. Store it back on the outside of the bag. With this new conduit, we will set on our journey.
You should be able to contact me at least once. Every now and then. Keep the contact brief and try to ask as little as you can.
Duly noted.
And remember, it will be me you are talking to.
Yes.
And the crystal now has the power to cast Commune once a day with him.
Yes. Alright.
Well, I guess I'll know if you do die. Should you fail, might not matter anyways. Try not to disappoint me any further, Casmus. Perhaps. And he'll look to the rest of you. You all will, assist. Either in disappointment or not. That will be your call.
Make sure not to be disappointment, but sometimes you have too high of a expectation.
I expect what has already been demanded. What has already been written in blood. Provide.
Don't remind me.
Now. I will be off. Unless there is anything else that I can do for you. While you have me here.
Not at this time, no. Guess this would sound a little bit annoyed at this point now. Just wanting to just keep going and get to Mirabar.
It was a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
It was an acquaintance. But I assure you, at least partially pleasurable. Until next time. Just kind of looks over you all with like a side eye. Takes a deep inhale. And starts walking the other direction.
As he leaves, Casmus would just say one last thing, Inferno. You should probably check on her. It's the least you can do while you're up here, don't you think? As then Casmus walks away.
We'll say nothing in return.
All right, mate. Where's Volo?
You would see him kind of like as soon as Casmus's father disappears up the road. You would see Volo kind of come out of a bush, kind of like a couple sticks in his cap. Strangest dreams here. The trees, they were alive, devilish in nature. Although they did give me the greatest poem ever. You'll have to wait for it for my next edition. My Guide to the Realms. Featuring the North up here. Kind of looks over
Right.
you all.
Well, we should be on our way then.
You were just in a bush the whole time?
Oh, I was caught in a tree. A monstrous fiend. You wouldn't believe it if I were to tell you the whole tale. Which I will, on the road, of course, after you tell me yours.
Did you see Casmus's hot dad?
What is a Casmus?
Guess
Well, it
it's just
points.
redesigned very like halfway.
Ah, yes. Well, see, we haven't
That'd
even
be my
gotten to
name.
the full interviews yet of who you are, where you come from, what you are doing here. You have an important message to break the earth to King Brunner Battlehammer himself. But yes, an interview with the father would prove useful.
Yeah. Good luck with that one.
Yeah, he's kind of got like a whole dark brooding thing going on.
Yeah.
I can imagine, as elves that disguise themselves as devils tend to,
Tiefling.
you say tiefling, I say what you really truly are.
A
Let
tiefling.
the pen flow through. The story unfolds its own.
Right.
Look.
But yes, let me roll up my pack and we will be on our way. Following you, of course, and we do have, of course, interviews along the way. We have a whole day ahead of us to discuss. It's quite a hike. Hope you are ready to endure with your feet.
Right.
Something tells me our feet aren't going to be the only thing that needs to endure.
Your
I think
hearts
it's
as
fine.
well, and minds. Truly said, perhaps even the mustache will have to endure with the stone and time itself.
All right, let's pack up and get going.
I'm already
Let's
packed
go.
up.
As you all pack up and start making your way, the rickety town. You get one last look at it before heading through a well-traveled trail down hills and into the wilderness, getting closer to the mountains.
Make a mark here.
Making a mark before you exit. That is where we're going to take our little 5-10 minute break. As we are on our way to Mirabar. We're on our way to Gauntlgrim by way of Mirabar. But stick around, folks. We will be back in a few with more shenanigans.
See you shortly.
See you in a minute.
Be back.
Alrighty, folks, welcome back to it. Last we left off after one Volothamp Gadam has joined the retinue to help assist them get to Mirabar and by way, or well, get to Gauntlgrim by way of Mirabar. Spent the night with you guys, asking questions and obviously embellishing everything he could. But in the morning, you had a not-so-chance meeting with one father of Casmus. Devilishly man. Looks very similar to Casmus, just kind of older and more mature. Seemed to scold him and be disappointed. But the kind of agreement was had, and he imbued the stone speaker crystal to be able to speak with him once a day through the commune spell. Making sure, well, telling you to make sure to find out who or why the demon princes are being summoned to the Underdark, how they're gaining a foothold there, and hopefully send them all back to the Abyss if possible. But you guys are on your way to Mirabar in a strange land where none of you have been necessarily, although at least the landscape is somewhat familiar to both Casmus and Dusk, and maybe even a little bit to Weller, just kind of through memory, although it wouldn't be happy memories of being up here. Remember, like, trees falling down or some shit. All the bad stuff. But seeing rolling steep hills and canyons and forested areas and streams following this well-worn trail/road to the north. Like, I think it's northwest where you guys are headed. But yeah, on the way, is there anything you guys would like to do or discuss? Volo's going to be asking you as much as you're willing to divulge. He will also, let it be known, like, I am perhaps the most famous troubadour and speaker in all the realms. Is there anything you'd like for me to tell the people? From your point of view, of course, they don't want to get the wrong side of a catfolk from the jungles far to the south. Or from these two drow, one who killed his own brother for his mustache. Or perhaps the fungus man, who speaks in strange and interesting tongue.
I think just high.
The mushroom is always high. Takes many hallucinogens. Perhaps he is infected with his own spores. I'm sure the journey up here was as perilous as it was curious.
You have no idea.
Oh, I have ideas, but if you would help me fill in the blanks, that would make it oh so much sweeter to hear it from your own tongue.
Oh. You sure would understand what I'd say?
I would understand every single word and more, and I am very good at reading in between the lines.
Just to mess with Volo. Casmus would just say in Infernal, are you sure about that?
Ooh, he speaks the tongue of the devil, even though his pale skin reflects the moonlight dripping through the leaves as we walk along in the shadows. Yes, I am quite proficient in that dialect, although it is quite a little bit too guttural for me. This devil's speak, if you will, not my forte. I prefer to speak
is
in the tongue of the common man. Everyone will understand what Volo says when he speaks.
I think of that Elven is a bit more of a nicer language.
It is such an eloquent one, and an old language as well. Faded in time it is. And so you must tell me, though, what are you doing up here with this breaking the earth to see King Brunner? Urgent message. But the world depends on it, eh? You said something about demons trouncing about down there?
Who said that?
I believe your drow companion had told me about the demons.
Right.
It must be, he must have had in his head on the way up from the Underdark.
Right. So you have no comment on the demon incursion that would be overtaking the drow settlement of Menzo Berenzin, evil fighting
Have
evil
you-
and all of that?
I'm saying you've seen it yourself?
No, but I can picture it now, as your companion pointed out to me. I don't
I
think
think
I
if
would
you
be
wanna-
welcome in the city of Menzo Berenzin.
I think if you want to be historically accurate, it's more of like demons incursion, demon incursions.
Multiple incursions.
Yeah, it would definitely be plural.
Oh, could you describe this demon in detail? Or each one if you could. Were they behemoths in size and wings of terror spreading throughout?
Yes.
Noted.
As well, or just plays along.
As essentially, if you don't tell him anything, he's going to make up his own story for what
Go figure.
That's kind of, I like hearing what he's making up.
you give him one little inkling, and he's just going to take it and run with it and 100% embellish most of it.
Well, Caspis, you were just talking to your dad. How many did we come up with? What is it, 3, 4?
4, I believe, or 5.
Yeah.
What's 4?
Yes, you said the royalty of the demons, kings, what I have heard.
Mm.
Princes.
Royalty, no less. Kings
There's
is a
that
much
one,
more fancier word. Perhaps even the emperor of demons.
Yeah, I don't think it works like that.
There was that one, Lima Guggen, those fish people kept saying.
A Limu-Gugun. That sounds
No, the
devastating.
Demogorgon. Yeah, a
Dem-
gargantuan
Demogorgon
tentacles monster.
flows off the tongue a little better than Limu-Gugun. It sounds more, it sounds like you're trying to burp something up.
Yeah, it's-
Demogorgon, however, has the demo in the name, so of course that would be that might be the king chief, the monarch of all these demon royalty.
Yeah, to be fair, the Lehman Guggen is what the Koatoa called him, so
Called him.
everything they say is pretty guttural.
Dastardly fish folk, I see. They are involved in this as well.
Maybe more like victims. I mean, their town was pretty destroyed too.
The fish folk
They're-
terrorized alongside the demons side by side.
Yeah, let's just say they're naive. Very naive.
Yes, they have the memory of a goldfish, is what I have heard.
More in the
This
sense
guy
that they're
gets
gonna
it.
believe. They're
I
gonna
like this guy.
believe anything.
Yes. The unintelligent fish folk, unknown to them, fought alongside these demons. Sounds incredible. Incredible stuff. Of course, this will take some time to publish. We'll have to go through my editor.
Your editor.
You have an editor? Somebody reads this before you put it out?
Of course, I must speak it to someone else, to a sounding board, if you will.
How many books have you published, Photo?
Dozens.
I imagine at this point someone would need to show your editor mercy.
I'm curious to know who is that editor.
I have been through multiple editors in the last dozen years. It is hard to keep them, and they... Of course, they wouldn't be able to put up with my celebrity. Can't compare.
Yeah.
That's the problem, I'm sure.
Yeah, no, he's well known across the Sword Coast, but
Oh, not just the Sword Coast. I've been to the Western Heartlands as well. Even the unapproachable East once. Would not recommend going that direction, should you ever want to go there. But the land of Cormyr, across the lakes, the sea of fallen stars, that is a sight to behold. Now, we are far from there, though, close to the spine of the world. As he gestures out, you see this long mountain range. Frost giants live amongst it. Yetis, even. Sasquatch. Raiding.
Sasquatch?
A Sasquatch. It is, they watch from the ice. They throw their young at any passerbys.
Are they like stone golems?
They are like snow golems. Oh, I'm sorry, you don't know. Do you see that white stuff along the mountains? It is snow. It is cold as ice. It's soft as a rabbit's fur. Unless, of course, it is a couple of days old, in which case it does get like ice. Powdery
I'm not buying it.
substance.
It doesn't look very cold from down here.
Yeah, I'll keep to the temperate of the coast.
Oh, well, we'll be in for a treat, because Mirabar should be soon, once we get out of this valley. It will get colder, so I hope you brought some winter clothes with you.
Yeah, the
That's
cold
just
never
gonna-
bothered me anyway.
Desmond's just gonna snap his fingers and create a little like flame. That's not gonna be a problem. I just would rather not be in freezing cold.
Mirabar is known for its, well, proximity to the mountains. It will get quite chilly on our way. Luckily, this river here runs a little warmer into the Silver Marches. And he'll start talking about, like, inclement weather that he's been in, and sure enough, about an hour or so passes in the morning as you are out of this valley, crossing through streams, through woods. You would not start to notice snow falling. Soft, white, powdery snow. Trees not covered in it, but it does start to dust the ground ahead of you.
It's kind of like ash.
Yeah, observe the drow. This should be entertaining.
It's the first time three of you guys have seen snow ever.
Must be a big fire somewhere.
No, I
Yeah,
can't.
the temperature
It's-
does start to drop pretty rapidly.
Is there any accumulation as we move along?
Yeah, I'd say about like as you're traveling closer into it, as it doesn't really like get to be like blizzard conditions at all, but it does get to be like where it accumulates on the ground, and it might be like an inch or so resting on the ground ahead of you. Gets to be maybe an inch and a half.
We're moving along. You know, Dusk sort of lumbers back and forth, and he moves off the trail. He's foraging at all times, particularly looking for an herb that grows in the south that when you chew it takes away your ability to speak for a few hours. Disappointed it doesn't grow here.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to scoop up a handful of snow and pat it together. And he's going to casually lob it at Weller.
I mean, you didn't need to roll for it. We all knew who it was coming
Yeah.
to.
I mean, that would have been after this one, but yeah.
Weller, you get pelted by something freezing cold, and it kind of sticks to the side of your face, and it's just like it starts kind of dissolving, just powder everywhere.
It's not
And
like
he turns
ash at
and
all.
looks.
It's cold and wet.
Dusk will turn and look like he's also looking to see what did that.
Dusk, what'd you see? Where did it come from? Are we under attack?
He'll shrug.
Is it the Sasquatch?
Jasmus is just gonna smile.
Oh, it could be a Sasquatch. They are known to
Is this
grow
one of their
children.
young?
They are indeed made of snow and ice.
This is a
Oh.
strange and terrible place.
Roll for initiative.
Volo, you've been around. What is this? The snow?
This is the snow I was telling you about, yes. Wondrous wonderland of winter, although it is spring, so we are getting a little bit of the tail end. But as you go further north, the waters freeze in the sky, and the cloud giants send the snow down that you see here.
And the snow has a tail.
Everything has a tail here, friend.
Kids love to play in the snow at Weller. You
Well, it
should see
just
when during the winter.
kind of dips his hand into the snow and
Cold.
keeps it like a moment too long to where it's like
Your hand gets numb.
it's a little painful. Ow, snow hurts.
The snow itself doesn't hurt you, no.
Gets that little bit of burn if you're in it too long. As it does get frigid. No one has winter clothes. Except for
Zach,
Bolo, who
you
does
have-
kind of pull out a heavy fur cloak out of his pack.
We skin Volo.
We skin Volo.
Zach, put your hand in the snow. You have to see this. Feel it.
It didn't look like you enjoyed that, right?
It's not bad. Just maybe don't keep your hand in there for a long time. It's like cold fire.
Burns the same.
No. I don't see any marks left over.
Right.
You're usually more curious than this. Just do it.
I'll go ahead and touch the snow like he says, and I'll pull my hand out and be like, yeah.
The strangest sensation. You've probably seen some of Yezebo's magic make things this cold.
Right, so the skies here are magical.
No.
Well, as I said,
No.
the cloud giants do control the weather. Bring the clouds in and cause the snow to fall from above.
Right. See that.
Have we angered them, or is this normal?
I believe it could be a mating ritual.
Oh, good grief.
Good grace.
Well, I'll
Dust
cover
is gonna
Zach's ears.
scamper off and hunt some small game for a meal later.
Just cloak up.
The cloak up.
Try to stay warm. Trying to stay warm.
The travel is, for the most part, uneventful, although wondrous for some of you seeing snow for the first time. Eventually the snow stops, and leaving nice fresh tracks behind you. Dusk would catch some small game for lunch. You probably set a little fire and eat it. Maybe some rabbits or squirrels or, something like that. Some voles. But after about 7 or so hours, well, the light is still light out. The sun gets a little bit low over the mountain range. You can hear the trickle of running water nearby. And the path leads out into a kind of open valley where atop a butte or a knoll, kind of, not the monster knoll, but in between where two rivers meet and converge, flowing southwest on the north bank of this river where they do converge, across a couple of stone bridges crossing these rivers, and you would see a not quite as grand or as big as you expected, but still large, as it's the first time some of you have seen a city up top. Kind of angular walls that have been stacked up along this butte, buildings dotting the interior, as most of them are visible, as a large kind of granite and stone city of Mirabar stretches before you.
Wow.
Right.
It kind of reminds me of Blinging Stone, but topside.
Right, mate. I agree.
Blingdenstone, city of gnomes. No, this is Mirabar, a city of dwarves and humans brought together. Although most of it is under the surface of that mount there.
Right. Let's head to the gate.
Let's see how this goes.
And there would be some people out on the bridge. We'll say some kids out on one of the bridges throwing rocks into the water, to watch the ice kind of crack. As you do. It's fun to throw rocks in half frozen water. They would look up in terror as one of them would scream, "Drow! Drow! Run!" And the one kid just starts bolting as the other one pulls out a stick. "Hey, mister! You can't get through here." Volo ignores the child. And as he kind of walks right past. What do you guys do? There's a small
Follow Volo.
small child. Okay. As you try and follow Volo, this kid will try to stab Zach with his stick. As he stabs you right in your ankle with a stick.
Rude.
Take
Yes,
that,
Mr.
foul
Volo.
beast!
Casper's to look at him and use thaumaturgy to make his eyes glow red a little bit, just to scare him away.
Give me an intimidation check. All right, with the 17, yeah,
17.
the kid will go running back to his friend and who ran towards the city across the bridge. As you would see about 6 individuals, all with heavy steel armor, 3 of them wielding halberds, 3 in the back behind them, crossbows drawn. One of them with the halberd kind of steps up. I'd say to be a human. What is your business here, Drow? And others?
Weller ignores him and picks up a rock like the kid did and throws it into the half-frozen water to watch what happens.
It cracks and it makes that cool, less of a, more of a that cracking noise that I can't imitate that very well. But you know the noise. It's a cool noise. You only get it when the ice cracks, not a Foley machine.
Look at that.
As Volo will be like, oh, no need to concern yourselves, constables. We are on special mission. I am Volotham Gadam. I'm sure you've heard of me. I am to be expected here in Mirabar. Like, Volo? Worm's like, who's that? He's a writer. Yes, I'm sure you've heard of me, but I am to be expected at the inn shortly. This is my
Or his bodyguards.
yes,
And
my bodyguards, as I have traveled across the vast wasteland to get here, and they have rescued me. I know there are 2 of them are drow. One of them is a mushroom, which is curious enough. But don't get distracted on the details. The 2 drow, and I'm sure you've heard tales of the occasional 1 or 2. They mean no harm.
We mean no harm.
There's a look
Right.
to Zach, too.
Right.
Right, you heard them. No harm intended. They are here to protect me. This mushroom I acquired deep in the delves of the Underdark, and wouldn't you know it, the drow came with. I have ensorcelled them, and they are under my spell. Well, at least for
Came
coin.
with. We're under his spell.
Ah, see. This rare feline creature is the deadliest assassin known to men and women.
Oh,
And-
good grief.
Not children, though, so worry not. Like,
We came with. We're under his spell.
We come in now.
yeah, just don't cause any trouble. Like, we're keeping an eye on you.
Right.
One of them will, like, kind of spit on the ground. Fucking drow. And, like, one will kind of hold back. Tommy, it's okay. They're not the ones responsible for your brother. Like, the only good drow is a dead one. There will be eyes on you at all time when you're in the city. Keep to yourselves. Keep to your guard. The axes of Mirabar will be upon you. Was that understood by all?
Understood.
noted.
We came with. We're under his spell.
Very good then. Let's just go in. Come on now, quickly. Thank you, good sirs, and I'll buy you around later. Should you need a drink at the Red Hammer Inn. There's the Red Hammer, right? It's the Red Axe, but I know what you mean. Great, the Red Axe Inn. That is where I'm expected. Ales all round. Just come see me first. Come in this way, in this way. The guards, one of them will like follow directly.
Is
Okay.
it Tommy?
It is not. As he will kind of go to the edge of the bridge to make sure that you guys aren't like being followed. Gonna do some scouting. Yes, so as you enter into the city, you would see it's kind of like trails around. It's tiered, and you can see that the walls are just ever so much at an angle and slightly covered in ice to where climbing them would be nearly impossible, as they are slick and kind of like a safety feature. You would note most of the buildings here are shorter and squat, much like akin to dwarven architecture that you saw in Gracklestug. Maybe a little more fanciful than that, less just purpose. But you would also say see the occasional cabin as you go like kind of up and through the streets. People would stop and stare, and guard behind will just kind of give people nods. There will probably be some like shouts of, I don't know, derogatory marks towards Drow. But then, like, you know, a gasp at, like, it's a walking mushroom, Mom. Is that a cat? It walks. I wonder if it talks. And it'll be like, you know, people would whisper and murmur, as you guys are all very, very odd. Except for Casmus, who does blend in pretty easily, but he's with you guys, so guilty by association kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then Volo's very fanciful, even if he's got a cloak on right now. He sticks out like a sore thumb here, because you don't see many bards around this space.
Volo, where do we get clothes? Heavier clothes.
No, I'll procure all of that for you. I am supposed to meet someone at the Red Hammer, Red Axe. That's right. But perhaps I can secure you lodgings. And you are wanting to get to Gauntlegrim, no?
Correct.
That's correct.
I will let it be known. And believe me, we will get you where you need to go, and not a moment too soon. Oh,
It might be better if the entire town doesn't find out where we need to go.
I'm sure you will be the talk of the town for years to come. I can assure you that. Leading you up, it would be at the like kind of second-ish tier. Would be a square, old stone building. It simply has a large red axe that's been kind of imprinted into the stone. Rather, the stone has been painted that way to resemble an axe and kind of carved into it as well. And you would hear the sounds of drinking and not necessarily revelry within. Volo will lead into it as all of the conversations kind of hush as you enter this dim lit, well, kind of a roomy space. Chandeliers hanging overhead kind of almost resemble like hanging red like a quadruple axe, like different axe blades that all have candles on top of them. Red candles. And plentiful wooden tables. The smell of, well, mead and ale fills the air, as well as a light scent of kind of burnt animal meat. Hard to discern. And Volo will kind of gesture to get you to sit at a table while he goes and handles. I will go handle business if you'll just have a seat there. I will be back before you can shake a tail of a lamb. Twice even.
Sit down.
Yeah, we'll just sit down at the
Um,
table.
Take a seat where I can like watch the entrances back to a wall if
Yeah.
possible.
There's like probably 2 entrances here, and there'd probably be 3 if you include like the one to the kitchen. And there is like the standard like bar, so it's very similar to like a setup of a bar. Like, you guys aren't unfamiliar with bars, so this is like not unknown to anyone. But everyone would be staring, not necessarily daggers, but some of them are staring at interest or wonder. But there would be some with hateful stares towards the drow. Is there anything you'd like to do while you're here, or discuss?
I guess
Middle
we
of
were
the
thinking-
inn? No.
Warm and welcoming.
You guys think we can trust Volo? He's well known around these parts, but it could be a hindrance.
I don't see how.
I'd just be careful with what we share, though. By the time anyone heard the tale from him, who knows what he would recount to them.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's better.
He's known to embellish things and to put them out of proportion.
Is that necessarily a bad thing for right now?
No, yeah,
Actually-
probably works to our advantage.
Yeah, we're trying to get a bunch of people to come help. If he makes it sound even worse, maybe we get even more people.
Right.
So let him run his mouth.
Zach,
Yeah, mate.
why are you seeking out this king in particular?
Right. Supposed to protect the boss to get her to deliver a letter.
A letter from whom?
Her boss?
Well, one thing is clear. If we're going to continue to deal with dwarves before we leave the city, we should probably procure some heavier clothing. Dwarves enjoy their mountain holds.
Right? This is
Hey,
all
Joe.
fascinating and everything up here.
My people don't often get this far north.
It's my first time this far up north. The furthest I've went is probably water deep, like once.
Well, we should see what this Volo does and what sort of assistance he's providing. And then go from there.
Right? Honestly, I was half expecting to get attacked when we got into the city. So,
I would still
This
expect
is-
that if I were you. There
You
might
should
be
still.
certain lawless elements that would see justification in taking revenge against a drow.
You would see mostly humans, I would say, also here.
You
You
like,
gotta figure they've got something other than Dark Lake Stout on the menu, right?
I imagine.
ales and meats would be my guess.
I sincerely doubt a server will approach this table.
Absolutely not. Like, avoiding like the plague. You would see Bolo kind of disappear within a crowd around the bar as you guys are talking. But he would come over with holding a tray of mugs for each of you, and like a small, I don't know, what kind of snack would they have here? Like what kind of bar snack do you guys imagine?
Bread is pretty normal for back then.
All right,
Or jerk.
Here's your loaf of bread.
a loaf of bread with some cheese on a platter. Kind of put it on the table, and kind of like right behind him appears a woman in kind of darker, heavy attire. She is rather graceful and elegant. Raises an eyebrow as she crosses her arms. Is this who you'd like me to speak with, Volo? Yes, as I said, they're on their way to Gauntlgrim. I have an audience with the king there. Well, that could be
That's
useful. And they're well traveled. The folks, I would like to introduce you to Davra Jasur, a friend of mine. We met some months ago during some escapade or other, was it? Yes, where you almost got killed. Almost only counts if it actually happens, as they say. Yes, they would, I suppose, say that. Davra here has interest in heading to Gauntlgrim soon, I believe. But I'll let you all chat. I do have a meeting to attend to. I have handled rooms, and he'll kind of put down a key. Just, I wouldn't wander too far. Just in case, the city at all, and a couple of you are drow, so it's, and no one's ever seen a cat person here. Wonderful sight, though. But I will be back after my meeting. Please enjoy the company of Davra. And he will give a deep, heartfelt bow as someone will go like, Vol, get over here, asshole! the crowd calls, and he'll dip away into the crowd. Davra kind of looking over you all. So, you're heading to Gauntlgrim for the meeting with Brunner.
Yes.
She'll kind of sit down and lean in so as not to, like, draw too much attention. Drow no less.
Too
huh?
late.
Yeah. Well. Do you mind if I ask what it's about? Volo is, for once in his life, laid on the details. Just said that you were going there to have an audience with the king.
Right. We're hoping to get allies in fighting down under.
Drow wanting allies from atop.
Right.
A
Before
bit of
it
a civil
spills
war
over up
going
here.
on.
More of
Demonic incursion.
incursions from
Right.
other planes.
That. So it's still going on.
It's getting
Still
worse.
going on.
Still?
I do have a few contacts down there.
How long has it been going on?
About a month or so, last I heard.
Now it's been going on longer than that.
Yeah, I think it has been much longer than that. We've been down there for what? 3 months?
See, it took us, what, a month?
Well, word does travel pretty slowly from down there, especially these days. Magical messaging is not what it used to be.
No.
And so you're going to
Affairs
King
as is
Bruner
out of control.
for allies.
Right. My boss has all the information.
Your boss. I take it she's a woman.
Yes.
Lovely. I do enjoy a good matriarch. As she kind of rolls her eyes.
Right. It doesn't matter that she's a she.
I'm sure that's what she made you think. But that's okay. I have no qualms with the order of ruling, as who am I to deny them? Volo did mention one key phrase that I couldn't help but hear. He said breaking the earth. And was he mispronouncing something? As she looks towards Weller and Zach.
Right.
Right.
I think he
and
may have
He was.
put something.
Right.
No, I think he might
Dragon
have.
Day Earth.
Ah. Then we already have friends in common.
Might I ask what your interest is in the Underdark? Doesn't seem like a very popular subject up here,
Oh, I have
I would imagine.
friends in high or rather low places. As well, I mean, there is good trade to be had through both sides. I deal with a little bit of trade from Mantle Dareth, I believe.
Right.
It's an outpost down there, quite close to Menzo Berenzin. I believe they had some incursions around the outskirts of it. The last I heard, the Mantle Dareth was sustained.
It's close to Menzo. Has it probably a different standing now? Could be.
Close in terms of actual proximity, but the tunnels, you know the tunnels down there. I don't go too far, but often they wind one way when you're hoping to go another.
Oh, trust me, we know.
Yeah,
Too well.
we're pretty familiar with that.
Well, I would hope so. I do have to ask. Did you escape your situation previously?
As they
What
make it out
situation?
of the Underdark? Sure, we did.
I mean, in terms of, I did hear about, someone was complaining that, during one of these incursions, that some slaves broke free. Matching a couple of your descriptions, the one that sticks out the most would be a catfolk. I believe tabaxi is what you are called, and looks over to Dusk.
Dusk will nod. Yes.
You know who might have told you such rumors?
Just whispers here and there. And people do talk sometimes, especially when you pay them.
We heard the same tales. Slaves that escaped. Sounded like they're a pretty cool group of people.
Come all the way up here to see the king. Well, either way, figured be good to know. I'm Davra Jasur. You can just call me Davra or Dav, as those close to me do. I am on the unfortunate situation. I have some cargo that I am hoping to take to Gauntlgrim. But I don't. Unfortunately, my friends couldn't make it, and so it's a small caravan of 2.5 wagons that are need to head to Gauntlgrim. I'd be more than happy to share the journey with you, and perhaps pay a bit of coin. Make it worth your time. Traveling the road together can always be fruitful. We're a
What?
little more innocuous than Volo as well.
What
Can
might the
I-
nature of the cargo be?
We've got some rare cheeses that are heading there. I'm told Bruner likes his cheeses, specifically halfling cheese. Told he has a halfling friend or something. But that and some materials, as they don't have a lot of mines there. This city here is flush with minerals. Mithril Hall was also flush, but I'm just hoping to get the cargo there. And Dusk, you said you wanted an insight check, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
You can give me an insight
Just
check.
cheese.
Use that cat-like insight.
With an 11. She's a hard one to read. She keeps her poise, always like, sitting up straight. Darker kind of slick back hair, short. In furs that would appear to be too heavy for her.
Right. I mean, paying job on the way there, mate. I'm done.
Let's settle then. I take it since you're from the Underdark, you don't have any clothing that would be suitable for the cold. As it should be a nippy travel, but it's only about 3 days' journey, so shouldn't be too long in the cold here for you, before you get to the warm halls of Gauntlgrim.
Yeah, no, we came from the dark, so we definitely do not have any warm clothing. All of mine are back down in Baldur's Gate, pretty fucking far away.
I mean, it was obvious when you entered into the space without a coat on. Trying to be kind by asking. I can acquire you some, but while you stay in the warmth of the inn. I do
The
appreciate...
path
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
that will be traveling. Anything we should know about ahead of time?
We'll be traveling along the river for the most part until we get to, when we need to head south. That will be a little rockier, so to speak, as, well, Gauntlgrim isn't quite, well, it's more of a recent occurrence in the last decade or so. What we
Path
recovered
is
by King Bruner, I believe.
well traveled.
Most of it. But hence the reason I would need some guards. Also, you never know what lurks in the cold.
Apparently Sasquatch. Volo told us about them.
I doubt we'll run into any Yeti. They do lurk up in the mountains of the spine of the world, as well as frost giants and even further than that, but I don't think they come down from the mountains too often.
He said they throw their young at you.
That sounds like something he would say. No, they do throw ice and snow, and that's all I really know about them. They're big, burly creatures, near humanoid, near giant, covered in fur, much like your friend here, but much more brutish and unsightly.
They throw snow. I
Uh,
think one did attack us on our way here.
where did you come from?
Elab.
Over yonder.
Ilap. I don't know if I'm familiar with that.
Close to them.
Well, regardless, hopefully we won't see any on our way. But we are planning on leaving at first light. I only have a couple of caravan drivers. No actual guard, as the axes here aren't willing to lend themselves to a caravan trip.
All right. First light.
So, well, I guess it was good to meet you. I didn't catch all of your names. It is always good
I'm
to
sorry.
meet new friends. Remember faces to names and all that.
Oh, I'm Zakandern.
Did you get the name of those slaves that escaped?
No, they typically don't mention names when they speak of such things, as I honestly don't think they even care about the names, just that tarnish on a blemish on their reputation, which I can understand that.
Oh, so you're sympathetic to their plight.
The plight of the loss of reputation. I don't mean the loss of their slaves. That is an unsightly business to be in. One that I would never catch myself in. Can't
That's how I
believe they
feel, too.
let dogs come in, running through here. Those dogs chase a cat through the bar. Oh, but I got Miss Zach and Drew.
hell no.
Weller. Watch out, Dusk. Watch out, Dusk.
I will say
Dusk
dogs
will not.
chase a rat through.
Right.
Jump on the table.
Dusk will nod and he will say, I'm Thunder at Dusk.
Hi, I'm Fungi. And he'll stick his hand out for a big handshake.
Must say, I expected the psychic welcoming of a Myconid. And she'll go to shake your hand.
And I'm Casmus.
You're quite cold.
Thank you?
Don't be concerned. It's his nature.
I don't judge anyone based on the cover. Mostly on merit and the way they hold themselves. Well, I am curious. How far south are you from? Makes that question pointed to Dusk. This one said he's from Baldur's Gate.
I am from, it's complicated. I'm from further south than that. I've
only
traveled extensively in the Southlands offering my medical services.
Only ever met one other Tabaxi, but he was a bit of a hunter. His eyes like to wander, a little too close to people's purses.
Dusk will smirk. And he'll say, stealth and secrecy come naturally to the Tabaxi.
Understandable. Well, that could be useful on our travels, should we need it. Well, I'm sure you all can handle yourselves in a scrap should one occur. Volo spoke highly of you.
I'm pretty sure we can. Not expecting any fight, but
He also said you were desperate
never-
to get to Gauntlgrim.
yeah.
Well, he's been known to embellish.
That he is, so take things
Let's call it eager.
very well. I'm also a little eager to get there. Don't think I've ever met a king before.
Well, there's a first for everything, isn't it?
Yes, it'd be the first time I've met a Myconid. And, yeah, in a few days, first time I get to meet a king.
These are exciting times.
Well, of course, I mean, what time isn't exciting? We do need to keep a lid on the excitement, though, from time to time. One last question. You said you were going to King Bruner for aid. Just aid with what, exactly? You mentioned the demons.
We can
Pretty much that.
tell you the story on the way to them. It's a bit complicated.
Well, I don't want any gossip while we're on duty. If you are on the job, you are on the job. So I'd like to keep questions and answers to before or after. Perhaps if one of you
Well-
isn't on watch.
It's exactly that. Demons. There's not much else to it.
Trying to get help with the demons. I could see a cause for that. In what fashion? You don't mind me asking.
Getting rid of them, sending them back to their planes.
Yeah, what else do people do with these things?
I've never encountered one, and I hope
Worship
not to.
them?
Well, hopefully we don't worship them.
No, but someone did down there too.
Hmm.
Help them. But that's another story. For another time.
Very well. No, I won't pry too hard, as I know some things are good to keep close to the chest. It was a pleasure meeting you, or at least I hope it was, and I hope it will be. I look forward to working together. I'll get you some coats in the morning. I'll have them. We'll just meet at the gate, the southwestern gate, as we'll be heading west come morning.
Thank you. We'll
We'll
see
be
you
there.
at first light.
I look forward to it. She smiles and gives a nod and leaves you to your drinks that Volo provided with the snackings of bread and cheese. Notably, she didn't eat any bread and cheese while she was there.
Guys, we gotta be more careful about how much information we divulge while we're up here, especially to a strange lady that we just met that has dealings with the Underdark.
Yeah.
There might be agents up here that have a vested interest in the demonic incursions occurring down there. We should be a little guarded, just in case.
Think she might work for the bad people?
I mean, she heard about, you know what. So who knows?
It's just, we should probably just err on the side of it. There always being a chance. We don't know how far down, pun slightly intended, the demonic incursions go.
Let's say, Zach, you can give me a history check. If you're there.
The dog's got him.
The dog's got him. Well, fair enough. Whenever Zach comes back, he's going to give us a history check, hopefully. But yeah. You went to go check out what the dogs were doing. Tearing up a rat outside.
He got worried because you said cat the first time. He's like, oh no, I have to go save the cat.
Yeah.
Well, or will, after that warning, I'll grab a piece of bread and some cheese and one of the ales and partake in the consumption.
It's much more flavorful than the Dark Lake Stout.
Oh, thank God it's not Dark Lake Stout.
Zach's back. Roll me a history check.
Quick, you're on the clock.
Great.
Maybe not that quick.
Yeah, as you guys are kind of left to your own devices for a good while, like hour or two, while Volo is away. As you guys are just left in the bar. He did leave a key to a room.
Right?
So
Any numbers on the key? We only get one room.
We get one key. Looks like it's
there'd
going to be cozy,
there'd be a
guys.
number on it, yeah.
Right.
So we get to Guntelgrim in the morning. Hopefully,
3 days.
we get to, yeah. We start a trip. Hopefully,
Might actually be like a 5-day journey, I can't remember.
It's getting longer. Could be a week.
It might be.
hopefully it could be a 10, yeah, it could be a 10 day. Oh,
A 10
hopefully,
day like
When our new friend, when she walked away,
Mhm.
how'd she walk away? Was it confident?
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah,
she
definitely
disappeared into the crowd.
No, she's confident. She's like very good at keeping her posture, and she's not the kind of person. Give me a insight or a perception check.
Let's
Your call
do that.
to see how she walked away.
Hate to see her go. Love to watch her walk away. God, we suck, guys. We're not legit.
Yeah, you didn't notice anything particular about her. She is a slim build, and like I said, her cloak kind of like she's wearing a heavier coat that would seem too heavy for her. But no, she walks with purpose, and seems like to keep her head up. She's only like 5'6", so she's not like super tall, but she is. I don't know, short, dark hair, bird cloak.
She carries herself well, both posture and how she walks away. Almost reminds me of someone of upscale upbringing.
she was the dwarf or
She was a human.
Was human.
We should not only be her guards, but be guarded with our interactions.
Yeah.
Something that seems, I don't want to say off, but there is more to her than what we've discerned so far, it seems. Maybe we can ask Volo some more after he finishes his meeting.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not too sure I trust him either.
Well, you just have to discard about 3/4 of what he says to really get to the acorn.
Yeah, but something about that.
If you don't want to talk it to him, we could talk about your hot dad.
Yeah,
I would say about an hour of time.
that snake.
Will pass.
Steven's like,
before-
we're gonna keep going.
Yeah, like an hour of time will pass before Volo will reapproach your table, seemingly stumbling a little bit. Oh, friends, company. How did your meeting go with the fair dame?
Productive.
Good.
Is she going to help you out to, Gonto Grimace?
We're
Yes.
gonna mutually aid each other.
Good, good. Well, I will need to perform some exit interviews with each of you, so I'm very much looking forward to that.
Oh God.
More drinks.
Volo, can you
Oh, yes, of
Tell
course,
me-
more drinks. I've already had quite a few, too many, but well, a little more won't hurt.
can you tell us a little bit more about her?
Oh, Davra, oh, yes, what a fine woman. I met her along the road about a month ago. Give or take, as the seasons do pass, don't they? Well, I was talking with some kobolds, and they were of the mind to eat me, or present me as a gift to something or another. I was trying to ask them what they spoke in broken draconic. It was a sight to behold. But Davra was with a troop of other people, and they killed every last kobold in the sight. It's a bloody mess, but a brilliant display of blade work, if I do say. Unfortunately, a lot of our comrades were slain in the battle, as there was a dragon as well that they were to present me to. A great beast. It was fabulous.
Guess she saved me from a dragon. Makes a lot of sense.
The dragon remained alive at the end, but we made it out with our lives as well, thanks to mine and her heroic efforts together, of course.
So she's a capable fighter?
I would say so. And one of astute observation and good at reading folk.
And yet she's hired us to escort a small caravan for her.
Oh, a caravan. She didn't tell me any of the details, just that she was also looking to go to Gonto Grimace herself. Yes. But a caravan makes sense just as much, I suppose.
Does she go there a lot? Do you know?
Does she go there? I have no idea. As I said, we've only met there 1 or 2 times, but I was pleased to see her face nonetheless.
And given your penchant for storytelling and asking very invasive questions, have you heard anything of her past, where she hails from? She carries herself well.
I believe she came from Luskin when I interviewed her. I don't have that book with me. Blast it all. But, no, I believe Luskin. So to the west a little more, along the coast of the sword, right before it meets the peaks of the great spine of the world.
And the troop she was with, what did you say they were doing when they came across you and helped you?
I believe they were there to plunder the dragon's hoard. It was
There to
a
plunder.
great obsidian beast in the swamps. The kobolds, I believe they even had wargs, talking wolves with them. Fascinating creatures.
So they're to plunder, fanciful blade work. Can carry your own in battle. All right.
Right, that seems like exactly what we need up here. This place seems dangerous.
Well, I assume I have left you in safe and capable hands to get to Gauntlgrim then. My meeting went splendid. Not that anyone asked, but you'll know nonetheless, as just met with a new editor, at least a attempted editor. I think that they might have a chance.
Was that the guy that called you an asshole?
Oh no, that was just an adoring fan who was using the term endearingly. But
Well,
we will
congratulations.
drink and be merry for the evening while I perform your interviews of exit. We'll spread the word about this demon incursion of royalty spreading like a plague throughout the Underdark.
Some of those words are accurate, yes.
Yes. Some.
But the more you can do to help our cause, we will be indebted to you.
Oh, helping a cause. I, Volothamkeram, am known for helping many a causes throughout the realm.
It's noble work you do, Volo.
Now, perhaps, if you could tell me and he'll go into great detail to try to pry as much information about like the demons and what you encountered down there in the Underdark, throughout a night of. He'll buy you drinks, get you some real food in, as it's gonna be like one of the first like good surface meals that you've had. Some of you in a freaking long ass time. Some of you the first time ever. And it's nothing super fancy, but it is good, kind of like home cooked, stick to your ribs kind of food. So it might be a little heavy for especially someone who isn't used to that, which would be all of you at this point after eating rations for a while. But
Got some meatloaf and mashed potatoes?
yeah, absolutely. Meatloaf, mashed
Hell yeah.
potatoes,
Yes.
Hell yeah.
thick ass gravy, and
Yes.
you know, just like maybe some cornbread. No, not cornbread.
Oh.
Yeah, why not? Yeah.
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 Don't give it away. Don't give it and take it back away.
Yeah. It'll be like a
You're
corn
speaking
like
to my Southern.
the sweet cornbread for dessert, which isn't southern. Aha.
No.
Fucked you up there.
Yeah.
With glasses of mead and ale, and he's gonna Volo's gonna pay for it all. As long as you guys provide him with any detail of information.
I don't know how much Weller is willing to give up. Josh would tell the man everything if he's getting me meatloaf and mashed potatoes.
I mean, you just gotta tell him like, yeah, they did acid thing, and he would ask about like the specific like varieties of demon or other things that you encountered. Like talk about how Drow society works, like ask about that and how like.
You should have seen the jellies.
And he would very much ask about the different oozes. He would kind of, proclaim about his own take on what he's seen from ooze creatures, but he wouldn't know anything about a pudding king.
You've
So he
never
would-
seen so many.
He would
Hundreds
love
of thousands.
to hear about any and all of this, as much as you guys are willing to like divulge to him. But as the night grows late, eventually, Volo just kind of pass out at the bar, like at the table, and you guys can find your way to your room eventually before him and get another night's rest as you can hear the sounds of the city kind of rumbling beneath, as there's much of the city that you guys didn't even see here, as a lot of it is like he would probably tell you also that there's extensive mines and tunnels beneath the rivers, and this like the majority of the city is underground because dwarves, and you wouldn't see many dwarves on the surface, but there would be a few here and there kind of coming up top. What? Did you spend a night in Mirabar? That is where we're gonna end tonight, folks. And we will pick up there with a journey to Gauntlgrim on the morrow. Next week, though. Next week, tomorrow, whole thing. But yeah, thank you guys
Night,
for
Twitch.
watching. Yeah, we'll see you next time.
Night, Twitch.
Night, internet.